Welcome to 10 Minutes of Wealth, the show that makes you smarter about money. Let's get into it. Episode 14, The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. What if building wealth was not about luck or talent, but about a few simple habits you could start practicing today? In The Richest Man in Babylon, George S. Clason shares timeless money lessons through short stories set in the ancient city of Babylon. The book promises practical guidance on saving, spending, and building lasting wealth. Clason was an American author and businessman. He believed that financial success is not about complex strategies, but about mastering basic principles that work in any era. In this episode, we explore the core message of this book and how its simple wisdom can improve your relationship with money. The core idea. The Richest Man in Babylon shares one simple message. Wealth does not come from earning more alone. It grows when you give it direction. You save first, protect what you have, and let your money work for you. Through simple stories, he teaches us that wealth is built on habits. One of those habits might sound familiar. You pay yourself first, before you spend on anything else. Before we dive into the lessons, ask yourself, do you guide your money with intention or let it drift away? Key lesson number 1. Pay yourself first. One of the most powerful ideas in this book is simple, but often ignored. You pay yourself first. Before you pay bills, before you upgrade your lifestyle, before anything, you set aside a part of what you earn. Clason explains this through the story of Arkad, a man who became wealthy by changing one small habit. When he was young and struggling, he still set aside a part of what he earned. His friends spent everything. He did not. Over time, that choice changed his entire financial path. At first, this can feel uncomfortable. You might think there's not enough left to cover everything else, but something interesting happens. When you decide in advance that part of your income is already spoken for, you start making smarter choices with the rest. This lesson is not about being strict or joyless. It is about respect for your future self. When you pay yourself first, you tell your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Key lesson number 2. Make your money grow. Saving is the first step, but it is not the finish line. If your savings just sit still, they slowly lose their strength over time. When you invest with care, even small amounts can begin to build momentum. Clason often compares money to something alive. It can produce more of itself when it is guided well. He tells stories of people who let their gold work for them instead of hiding it away out of fear. The idea is practical. You look for ways to let your savings earn more value. You seek guidance from people who understand what they are doing. You choose opportunities you can explain in simple words. And you avoid deals that promise fast rewards without clear risks. There is also a quiet discipline here. You give your money time to grow. You resist the urge to pull it out too early. You allow small gains to build into something meaningful. Over time, this patience changes how you see progress. It becomes less about quick results and more about calm, steady growth. Key lesson number 3. Protect your wealth. Building wealth is only half the journey. Keeping it safe matters just as much. In The Richest Man in Babylon, Clason shows how easily hard-earned savings can disappear. Many of the stories in the book follow people who gain money quickly, only to lose it just as fast. Clason's message here is grounded and practical. You protect your wealth by being careful about where you place it. You ask simple questions. How does this work? What could go wrong? If you cannot explain an opportunity in clear words, it is usually a sign to slow down. He also stresses the value of learning before acting. You seek advice from people with real experience, not from those selling promises. You take time to understand risks, and you accept that slow and steady growth is often safer than exciting shortcuts. When these habits come together, your approach to money begins to change. Protecting your wealth is about respect for what you have built. And when you guard your progress, you give your future self a strong foundation to stand on. 3 questions to reflect on. Let's pause for a moment and think about how Clason's insights apply to you. 1. Which habit feels hardest for you right now? Paying yourself first, letting your money grow, or protecting what you have built? 2. Where in your financial life do you rush for quick results? And 3. What is one small change you could make this week to respect your future self a little more? You do not need perfect answers, just honest ones. If you like, pause this episode for a moment, think them through, or carry them with you as you go about your day. Putting it into practice. Let's look at how you can apply the ideas from this book in your daily life. First, choose a simple percentage of your income to set aside for yourself, even if it feels small at first. Treat it as non-negotiable. Second, set up a separate place for your savings or investments so your money is less tempting to spend. Third, learn one basic way to let your money grow, such as a simple investment account or a long-term plan you understand. Fourth, pause before any new financial opportunity and ask a few clear questions. How does this work? What could go wrong? And finally, review your choices once a month. Notice what worked, what felt hard, and where you can improve next time. Final thoughts. The Richest Man in Babylon shows that building wealth is about small habits you repeat over time. You save first, you let your money grow, and you protect what you build. These ideas have helped people for generations because they work with human nature. When you start to treat money with more intention, your choices begin to change, and over time, your results change with them. Just remember, progress with money is rarely loud or dramatic. It often happens in quiet moments of choice. And maybe real wealth begins when you decide to take your future seriously. Thank you for listening. You just got smarter about money in under 10 minutes. If this episode was valuable to you, you can support us by buying a virtual coffee via the link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.